let us take control flow. Control flow stands for, suppose you want to execute the program. You want to execute the program. If you want to execute the program, certain times you should just continue and execute the program very simple manner. But certain program requires some conditions. Some conditions. If the condition true, then you should to execute. The best example, suppose you write the exam. There are two chances. One is pass and another is fail. How to justify that whether you are pass or fail? Suppose if all the subjects, if you are in all the subjects, if you are getting the minimum 40 marks, then you should be pass. So then you are putting in some condition. What is the condition? Minimum marks is equal to 40. Not only single subject, in all the subjects. So if you are getting the minimum 40 marks in all the subjects, then you are the pass. So that is called as a condition. What is the condition? Marks getting by the student is greater than 40. Greater than 40, not is equal to 40. So greater than 40, then is a pass. So that is called as a control. Control. So the program should be executed only if the control condition is satisfied. If the condition is not satisfied, then program is not executed and just get out from the program. Okay, all right. Before that, some important topic is the blocks. What is the blocks? A block is nothing but a set of instructions or compound instructions. Compound instructions. Suppose a program is minimum at least one statement is there. That is, you can just write the print ln hello world. So this is the one statement. So this is one block. This block can be placed in the braces. So that's why blocks are placed in a braces. First point. Second point, suppose certain times there are sub-blocks would be available. Why? Because to check another condition. So that's why that is called as a block in block. That is called as a name is called as a nested blocks. Nested blocks. I repeat, whatever it may be the block, it is nothing but a program. What is a program? It is a collection of statements or instructions. It is a collection of statements and instructions. Okay. So this is called as a block. A block is nothing but a collection of statements. So how to understand it is a block? It can be placed between a braces, starting braces and ending braces. Please mute your phone. Okay, starting braces and ending braces. Suppose if you want to create another block in the main block, then what happens? Again, you should create one braces, starting braces, and you should write a subprogram, and you can close the sub braces. So that's why a block in block. Okay. Next, this is the first point. What is a block? A block is a compound statements. Okay, right, which can be surrounded by the braces. All right. Next is I want to discuss about the scopes of variables. Scopes of variables. So, what is the scope of the variable? I can show you with the help of one program. So let us take what I'm saying in the previous one. This is the one block. This is the starting block, and this is the ending block. And so this is called as a block. This is called as a block. Block contains a statements, compound statements, or one single statement, multiple statements. So many statements are there. So this is called as a one block. But if you're observing this, this is the integer n. If it is integer n, it is assigned. So that's why it is executed in this block. Suppose there is another block is there. There is another block. So how to understand this another block? That it can starting braces and ending braces within this some statements are executed. Okay, but scope of the variable stands for, suppose let us take this is the integer n is very assigned in this block, main block. Suppose you can use the n, but never, I repeat, never again assign in the subblock. Never assign in the subblock. So I can show you. So that means this is the integer n assigned in the main block, but don't assign the same integer n in the subblock. In the subblock. If you are assigning again in the subblock, it will give the error. It will give the error. Java cannot tolerate such a type of declarations. Why? Because once you are already assigned, so second time assignment is not necessary. Don't assign that in the second time. Okay. So if you are assigned, then it will give the error. It will give the error. So that's why integer k is the scope of block and integer n is the scope of this block. Okay, but don't again assign the integer in the subblock again. Okay, then you will get the error. Okay, right. So this is the nested blocks. Next, conditional statements. Conditional statements, of course, you already studied in the C language. Studied in the C language in the first year. I think according to your knowledge, so you have a certain idea. So there are different conditional statements are there. So if you are first conditional statement is the if condition. If condition. So this is called as a syntax. This is called as a syntax. So if condition true, I repeat, if condition. So condition should be placed in the brackets, but don't assign a semicolon. Don't assign semicolon. Hello? Okay. Don't put the semicolon at the end of this. Okay. Clear? So this is called as a if condition. If condition true, that condition may be not a predefined. You can assign any condition according to your requirement. You can assign the condition. You can assign the condition as wish. Okay. So according to your programming requirement, you should assign the condition. Suppose first it can check the condition. If the condition is true, then what happens? Statement 1 and statement 2, that is a block. A block should be executed. A block should be executed. Okay. After, if the condition true, block should be executed and just emit from the block. And what is the next statement that should be executed? Suppose if the condition fails, then the block is not executed. The block is not executed and just come to outside the block. Outside the block. Okay. So that's why these two statements are not executed if the condition is fails. If the condition is fails. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Amma.
We are not able to see the screen.
Okay. Okay. Just a minute. I want to share. Okay. Right. Is it right now? Hello? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nana. Okay, Nana. Okay, Nana. Right. Thank you. Thank you. So let us take this is called as a if condition. If the condition is true, then statement 1 and statement 2 should be executed. So that means the block should be executed. Once the block is executed, then after completion of the block, then it is emit from the block and the next statement should be executed. I think you can understand clearly as you are continuously executing the program. So don't worry, but you can understand that the block should be executed if the condition is true. Okay. If the condition is false, then what happened? The block is not executed and just outside the block instruction should be executed. This is the normal funda in the execution of the if statement. Simply if condition true, block is executed. If the condition is false, block is not executed. You can just understand that. So that's why within the block, the statements are not executed and just it is entered outside the block. Okay, I can show you a diagram. Yes, this is it. Okay, let us take, this is the condition. Okay, if the condition is true, then what happens? If code is executed and emit from the code, emit from the block, and it should enter into the, it can execute after if. Suppose if the condition fails, then it is not execute the code and it is just go and it is directly execute the after if. After if condition. So that's why I'm saying that if the condition true, it can be executed, then then after next instruction should be executed outside the block. Suppose if the condition false, then if code is not executed, it will just come outside the block. So this is the main funda of the if condition. Okay, if condition. So that means you can check only one condition. Condition true, you can execute. Condition false, Okay, block is not executed. So that is your if statement. Okay. Next. Second is the if else statement. If else statement. Okay. Suppose I will give an example. Student entering into the class. Okay. Enter into the college. But there are two states. Whether he is present in the class or whether absent from the class. So that's why at that conditions only you can use if and else. In previous only if condition, only one condition is there. But here there are two conditions are there. If the condition true, you can execute that student is present. Okay. If the student present, he is a present. So his attendance is present. If he is absent, okay, then he go to the absent statement. So present statement and absent statement. Okay, so that's why there are two types of conditions are there. If the condition true, the first if code is executed. If the condition false, else code is executed. So that means you can check the two state of conditions. That is called as a if else statements. Okay, so let us take how to execute. So the first one, if the condition is true, then if block is executed. If the condition false, then what happened? The else block is executed. So this is the syntax of the if condition. This is the syntax of the if condition. So let us take if condition true, then this is the if block. If block is executed. And once the if block is executed, then it is not executed the else block. Okay, remember one thing. If the condition true, then the if block is executed, then else block is not executed. Okay. So after execution of this, I repeat, after execution of this if block, then it will just come to this state. So then it can execute the outside the else block. Outside the else block. Okay. I repeat, condition true. If code is executed, after executed, then else block is not executed. Then what is the next instruction of the else block? That should be executed. First point. Second point. Suppose if the condition false, then if code is not executed, if block is not executed, it is come to else code is executed. Else block is executed. After completion of the else code or else block execution, then it is just come outside the next instruction of the else instruction should be executed after completion of the else. So that means you should satisfy any one of the condition. You should satisfy any one of the condition, either if condition or else condition. If the if condition is true, if block is executed. After execution, it is the next instruction. Where is the next instruction? That next instruction is after the else block. After the else block. Okay? Right. First point. Second point. If the condition is not satisfied, then what is the program is executed? Else block is executed. Else block is executed. After else block is executed, then next instruction outside the else instruction should be executed. That the next step is else after. So this is called as a if else statement. Okay. First you can understand what is the if condition and what is the if else condition. Okay. Next. Next is the if else if ladder statement. If else if ladder statement. So that means I will give an example. Suppose you are writing the 5 exams. You are writing the 5 exams. Okay. You should be passed if first subject is passed. Okay. Then check the second. No. You are writing an exam. In the examination point of view, a grading is allocated. A grading is allocated. So the grading is depends upon the total marks. Grading is depends upon the total marks you are getting the examination. Suppose you already know that there are different grades are there. O, A, B, C, D, E, F and P and F. P and F. So how should, at that situation, At that situation, we are using the, why? Because different conditions are there. So what is the grade you want to allocate? The allocation depends upon the marks. Okay, I am not allocating the equal grade to all the marks. So according to your marks, grading should be allocated. So that's why. So here what happened? First condition check. So what is the, if marks greater than 80, marks greater than 80, then what happens? Condition satisfied. Then the first if condition satisfied and remaining instructions cannot be executed. Then he will be allocated. So that's why condition is greater. Then he O grade is allocated. Suppose he is getting the 70. Then A grade should be allocated. How to check? That's why the second condition. Suppose 60, next condition. Suppose 50, next condition. By this way, step by step, if else if. Okay, this is called as a if else if ladder condition. So first condition is the if. If the condition true, remaining instruction cannot be executed. Only the if block is executed. First condition fails, then go to the next else if block. Next else if block. So if the second condition fails, go to the next else if block. This is continuation. So this is called as a, according to your situations, you can use the if else if block. Clear? Right. Next. Nested if. Nested if. So you can understand the concept by observing the programming. So this is a different condition, if condition, nested if. So here there is no else if. There is no else if. Here the nested if. So if first condition true, then go to the next condition true, then go to the next condition true. By this way, there are different conditions are there. Okay, let us take, you want to participate in the running race. You want to participate in the running race competition. So then what are the different conditions are there? Number one, your age. First, your age should be greater than. Okay, if you're going to any amusement park, then children are not allowed for the certain rules and regulations. Similarly, for certain conditions, you can satisfy the condition, then you can be allowed. Otherwise, you are not allowed. So that's why the first condition, your age is greater than 18. Age is greater than 18. So that's why first condition true. First condition true. Then it is entered into the block. So second condition. What is the second condition? Your weight should be greater than 50. Greater than 50, but your weight is 45. So you will be rejected. Okay, you are eligible but rejected. So that's why how the condition, how the students, how the participants are eligible. They can check the different condition. They can put the different conditions. They can put the different condition, age, weight, okay, and body mass index, and different conditions are there. So by applying the different condition, if all the conditions are true, finally you should be eligible. So just like your campus placements. In your campus placement, what is the first condition? Whether you are passed or not. Yes, passed, BTech. Okay. So next condition, what is the marks? 60 marks. Okay, eligible. Okay, next, enter. Then written test, pass. Okay. Then what happened? Technical round, pass. Next, HR round, pass. If all the conditions are satisfied, then last if conditions are, then you are getting the job. In any one of the condition you are failed, then you are not getting the job. So that situations you can write the syntax. This is called as a nested if conditions. In previous, nested if. So first one is not, then go for next chance. So if the next chance is not available, third chance. If the third chance is not available, fourth chance. Okay, just like suppose you are booking the aeroplane ticket. So for the India to USA using the British Airways. So there are different classes are there. So you want emergency. Then you can check for the lower class. If the lower class is not available, then go to the medium class. If the medium class is not available, then go to the highest class. By this way, you can check any opportunity. But anyway, you want to go to the USA. That condition, you can use the nested if condition, if else if condition, if else if ladder condition. But in the nested if condition, what happens? You can satisfy all the conditions. Otherwise, you will not get the chance. Okay, this is called as a nested if statement. Okay, I repeat, how many conditions are there? If condition, if else condition, if else if ladder condition, nested if conditions. Okay, so according to your requirement, you should write the program. Don't apply a single condition for all the program. According to your requirement, you should apply the condition. Okay, that's why it is called as a conditional flow. Condition true, execute the program. All right. Can anybody say what is the this flowchart indicates? Nana, please respond. Make a habitat. Make it habit to respond.
If else.
If else, sir. Please observe the flowchart, then give the statement.
If sir.
Why? Why?
And ఎందుకంటే సార్ ఒకవేళ ట్రూ అవుతే ఇఫ్ లో ఉన్న స్టేట్మెంట్ ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది, లేదు అంటే ఇఫ్ బయట ఉన్న స్టేట్మెంట్ ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది.
So you are something right and some part is wrong. So please modify your answer. So what you are saying is if which condition satisfy this flowchart? If condition.
Sir.
Very good, very good. What is the syntax of the if condition? If condition true, if block is executed. After execution of the if, then what happens according to the diagram? Where is the direction goes? Goes to after if. After if. Suppose if the condition fails, so see this, see the
After
arrows.
After if, sir.
Yeah, yes, it is joining in the after if. So if the condition true, if code is executed, then it is joining to the after if. If the condition false, it is joining directly execute the after if. Okay, that's all. All right. So I think who are giving the answer, please wait for some time. I want to ask for the other students. Can anybody say what is the flowchart indicates? So see this, every time we are learning that, suppose if and else. So then you are studying in a certain manner. But by observing such a type of flowchart, you should be estimate what is the condition. So that is, this is called as a reversal strategy. Question gives, answer you know. But if an answer gives, what is the question? This is a reversal strategy. Can any girls please give response? What is the condition statement?
If else.
If else, why? So why I am asking, because how far you can understand the subject.
If the condition is true,
Okay,
if block is executed, and after if is executed. If the condition
Okay.
is false, else block
Okay.
is executed, then after if is executed.
yes, whatever it may be, finally they can join at the after if. Okay, finally they can join the after. But what happened? You are saying absolutely right. Very good. Condition true, then if block is executed and join to the after if. If the condition false, else code is executed and it is joined to the after if. Very good. Next. So answer is also available, but you can explain. So any boy,
If else ladder, sir. If else.
you already attended answer. So please give the chance to another person.
If else if ladder, sir.
Why? So sometimes I may give the wrong information, but you can understand. You can justify your statement. Why it is a if else ladder? This is a if else if ladder. Can you? Hello? Hello? Nana, please respond. In the else if ladder, what is the first condition can be checked? If or else.
If sir.
Very good. Very good. So that's why in the if else if ladder, first if condition is satisfied. Okay, first you can check the if condition. Okay, can you please explain the flow chart?
If statement is true, statement one will execute, sir.
And then after statement one? Yeah, you are right. You are right.
First statement is false, sir, and it statement two will execute, sir.
Wait. So first condition one is true, then statement one is executed. What about the next? After statement one, where it is goes?
Next statement, sir.
It goes to next statement, sir.
That's good. Okay. First condition fails, then what happens?
Condition
It goes to
Condition 2, sir.
So can I say this is the else if?
yes.
Else if. Okay. So condition true is false. Then goes to?
Condition 3.
Yeah. Okay. By this way, how many else ifs are there? Successfully checking all the conditions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose any condition not satisfied. What is the next instruction? What is the next instruction should be executed?
Statement
Any-
yes.
So I'm saying that no condition satisfied. What happens? No condition satisfied. So you are giving some.
The last statement will be executed, sir.
Last statement. Okay. Last statement is not executed. Next statement is executed. Why? Because condition 1, condition 2, condition, all the conditions are failed. So then it will be executed next statement. Okay. Next.
సార్
Amma.
ఒకసారి ప్రీవియస్ అందులో అన్ని కండిషన్స్ ఫెయిల్ అయిపోతే స్టేట్మెంట్ 5 కూడా ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుంది కదా సార్, ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది కదా సార్.
అదేంటి, అది కూడా అవదు, అది కూడా కండిషన్ పోయింది. సో దెన్ ఇట్ ఇస్ గోస్ టు యు ఆర్ రైట్. లాస్ట్ కి స్టేట్మెంట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది.
Yes, sir.
దాని తర్వాత ఎక్కడికి వస్తే నెక్స్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, రైట్, యు ఆర్ రైట్. దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్. యా, కెన్ ఎనీబడి సే వాట్ ఇస్ దిస్ ఫ్లో చార్ట్ గివ్స్? సో గివ్ ద ఛాన్స్ టు అదర్ స్టూడెంట్. నౌ ద ఛాన్స్ గోస్ టు గర్ల్ స్టూడెంట్. ఎనీ గర్ల్ ప్లీజ్?
Nested
Hello?
statements.
Amma,
Nested if statements.
are you already give the answer?
No, sir.
Yeah, good. Can you please tell me how it is a nested if?
It is having if block in if block. In this statement, we are having if conditions in conditions. Sir. If
Okay.
one condition is true, it goes into that block, and in that block, we'll have another if condition.
Okay. So after the if the two conditions are satisfied, then where it should go? After two conditions are satisfied, after two blocks are executed, then where should go? So many people have the doubt. So many people thinking that they want to only execute a block. So the program contains only a small part of the block, but there is big program is there. So after completion of the block, where should we go? What is the next instruction? That's important. Suppose according to your idea, the two conditions are satisfied. Yes. So two blocks are executed. Yes. So then where should go after two conditions are satisfied?
It comes out of the first if code and it executes after if.
Yeah. Suppose if the first condition true, second condition fails.
Sir,
If you are giving the two conditions, if and if. So first if condition satisfied, but the second if condition fails.
yes, sir.
Where should it go?
It goes out of the block, sir.
Out of the block. If the first condition fails,
It goes out of first if block, sir.
goes out of first if block, huh?
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
First condition.
First condition fails.
సారీ అది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వదు సార్ ఆ ఇఫ్ బ్లాక్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వకుండా ఇఫ్ తర్వాత ఉన్న స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతాయి
Yes, yes, you are right. You are right. All right. That's good. Okay. So now I think, can we go for the execution of the programs? Yeah. Okay. So now stop the sharing. I want to share the another video. Let us take. This is the first condition. So is my programming visible to all of you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So can you read the program? Suppose I want to check whether your age is above 18 or 18. Above 18 or 18. Okay. So let us take, suppose in the first, this is the data declaration. What is the data type? Integer. So integer is the data type, age is a variable, and that variable is assigned to 20. So now I can check the if condition. What is the condition here? What is the general syntax? If within the bracket there is a syntax. So what is the syntax? If age is greater than 18. This is the condition. If within the bracket there is a condition. Okay. If age is greater than, you can print out age is greater than 18. You should print out age is greater than 18. So can we check the answer? All right, this is the class and this is the class name. You can store this program as a if example.java. So after compile and run, you will get the if example.class. Okay, so let us take, this is the age is greater than 18. So what is your age? 20. So what is the condition? Age greater than 18. So if it is condition satisfied, condition true, then the block is executed. What is the block? The printing. Now I can check the condition. Suppose if I am greater than 50. Okay. I think I will get some wrong. Can you find out where is the wrong?
ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ తర్వాత అనదర్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవడానికి ఏం లేదు సార్
సెమీకాలం పెట్టలేదు సార్ సెమీకాలం
Yes, yes, yes. You are right. You are right. So what I'm saying is, for each and every instruction, end of the instruction, there is a semicolon should be placed. That indicates that's the end of the instruction. Otherwise, the compiler get confusion. So that's why already they are given. So he's already studied. Okay, very good. A very good observation. So now can I check? All right. Can you guess what is the output? What is the age value here? 15. What is the age value here? 15. What is the condition? Age greater than 18. If age greater than 18, you will get your age is greater than 18. Suppose what I am giving, age is equal to 15. What is the output? What is the output? Can anybody say? Hello?
ఏం రాదు సార్ అవుట్పుట్ జస్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయిపోయి ఉంటుంది సార్
Why? Why? Why?
ఎందుకంటే
కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అయితే స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏం లేదు
స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏమీ ఇవ్వలేదు కదా సార్
Yes, yes. Okay. You are right. You are right. Exactly right. Exactly. So check the state. Yes, you are absolutely right. Okay. Suppose if I am giving the age is equal to 18, then what is the output? So let us check the condition also. Age is equal to 18.
సేమ్ సార్ సేమ్
You are getting the output or not?
నో సార్
No. Okay. That's good. Very good. Very good. Okay. All right. So next, so this is a brief idea. So then, what is the block here? So this is the starting of the block, and this is the ending of the block. Okay, this is the starting of the block, and this is the ending of the block. So the block contains minimum one statement or null statement, whatever it may be. But the block is placed between the braces. Okay, all right. Next. So let us take, we want to find out even number or odd number in this program. You already know that what is the condition to check whether even or odd. Divided by 2, you will get the 0 remainder, then it is an even number. If the remainder is 1, then it is a odd number. Okay, that's why we are using how many condition, what statement I want to use here? If, else if. If, else if. Okay, if, else if. Okay, so then can I check? Okay, what is the 13? Even or odd? Hello? Even or odd? 13.
Odd, sir.
Odd, sir.
Odd.
Very good. Very good. So you are getting the odd number. Okay, all right. Suppose so many people thinking that in the if condition, if the condition is true, then the block is executed. If the condition false, then what happens? It is not executed. So then I can show you an example. What happens? Okay, all right. So let us take, I want to check this condition. System.out.println. Age is less than 18. Okay. Can anybody say what is the output of this? Okay. Suppose let us take, I want to check the condition. Can anybody say what is the output statement?
Age is
Age
less
is
than 18.
greater than 18, sir.
Age is greater than 18 and age is less than 18. Both will be
Why?
executed.
Yes, why? That's why I'm saying that.
The condition throw అవుద్ది సార్. If condition
If
తర్వాత ఉన్న statement కూడా print అవుతుంది.
execute. అందుకని చెప్పాను, after completion of the if instruction, then it is execute the next of the if condition. Okay, I can check. Oh, some error is there. Okay, package system does not exist. System print age is less than 18.
Capital S, starting system capital
That's
S
good.
starting.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, right. Check. Age is greater than. Then what happens? Okay, we should go deep in next time. Okay, not now. Why? Because class is important. Okay, I will check one more time. So let us take if else condition. Okay, you can check answer. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. Due to the network disconnected, I will reconnect the another way. Okay. Right. Hello. Hello. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Sir,
Can anybody respond?
sir, చెప్పండి సార్.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, I want to share the screen. Right. So this is the if-else condition. This is the if-else condition. So I can check the run. Yeah, you will get the odd number. Suppose, can you please tell me, suppose if I am giving a 0, then what is the output? 0. Input is the 0. What is the output? Hello? Input is the 0. What is the output?
Even, sir.
Yeah. Why? Why? Because 0 divided by 2. What is the answer? What is the remainder is 0. Quotient is 0 and remainder is 0. What is the remainder? It is also 0.
Null value.
Okay. Amma?
Null value.
Okay. So I want to check the answer. So even number. So actually 0 is a neither even number nor a odd number. Okay, right. Next. I want to show one more thing. Let us take, this is the leap year. This is the leap year. So what is the condition for the leap year? What is the condition for the leap year? Okay, how to find out the given year is the leap year?
Divide the year with 4, then the remainder is 0. That year is
Okay.
leap year, sir.
That year is leap year. Okay. All right. Suppose let us take, this is the condition. So number 1, year divided by 4 is exactly equal to 0. Okay. And suppose if the year divided a modular operator of 100 is not equal to 0. So that is the first condition. That is the 1820, 1824. That is about the first condition. Either this condition is true. So what is the first condition? Number 1, it should be divided with 4, then remainder is equal to 0. And second condition, after division with 100, the remainder should not be equal to 0. Then what happened? This is the first condition. If the first condition true, then that is the leap year. Divided by 4 and after divisible by 100. Okay, after divided by 100, then it is not equal to 0. First condition. Suppose that the first condition. Suppose either second one is the OR condition. Let us take this is called as the OR operator. So what is the function of the OR operator? This is the logical OR, not the bitwise OR. So either our first condition true or second condition is true, or any one of the condition is true, then you will get the leap year. What is the first condition? That should be divisible with 4 and remainder should be 0. And if they divide with 100, then remainder should not be 0. Okay, that condition is called as a first condition, or the year should be divided with 400, then you will get the answer 0. Then either one condition is true, then you are getting the answer. Okay, right. Suppose next one. Right. This is the Java if else if ladder. If else if ladder. So that's what I'm saying in the grading number system. This is the grading number system. So let us take first condition. You are getting a mark 65. So what is the grade? So first you can start from 50. Less than 55. So 65 greater than. So condition false. Okay. It is a if the marks is less than 0, system is there. So then next condition. Suppose the condition failed. So they go for the next condition. So that's why greater than or equal to 0. This condition is also failed. Then go for the next. Greater than or equal to 60. Yes. Greater than or equal to 60. Then they will give the C grade. Suppose this condition is failed, then this one. Next this one. Next this one. And finally it is a last condition. That's your friend is asking. So the final statement should be executed. The final statement should be executed. Okay. Suppose if I'm giving the okay, nothing is there. Why? Because greater than or equal to 90 is 100. Okay, no problem. Okay. Next, this is called as a nested if. Nested if. Okay. So here one program is there. Here one program is there. The first program is that suppose you want to give the donate the blood. So what is the two conditions? The first condition is greater than 20. Age condition is 20. And second condition, weight condition is the 80. Weight condition is the 80. Okay. So if your age is equal to 21 and weight is equal to 81, then you should be eligible. You should be eligible to donate the data. Okay. I want to check the program. Right. Can you tell me what is the condition? Age is equal to 20, weight is equal to 80, then you will get to donate. You are eligible for donate. Okay. All right. So I think one of your friend asking that. Suppose if the first condition is true, second condition is 79. Oh, sorry, here. So this is called 80. And second condition, okay, right. This is the second condition, 45. 45. So what is the, if weight is greater than 50 and age is greater than or equal to 18, then you are eligible. So now my weight is 45. Then what happens? What is output?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing output. Right? If you wish, then what happens? You can use else, you will win. Okay. Can you, I think I will give an exercise to all of you. Suppose instead of nested if, can you implement the same program by using the logical AND operation? Logical AND operation. Same program should be implemented by a logical AND operation. Okay, this is just giving it. Okay, right. And next one, suppose escape. Suppose if I am giving the age is given, so suppose it is a 15. Suppose age is equal to 15. Can I eligible? Age is equal to 15. Can I eligible for the donation of the blood?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Okay. That means first condition is failed. If the first condition fails, then never look about the following instructions. Never and never. That's good. Right. Can anybody say, is there any idea just by applying the logical AND condition? So what is the condition here? Age is greater than 18 and weight is greater than 45. Weight is greater than 50. So what is the logical operator I can use? What is the logical operator I can? Yes.
Logical
Yes.
and
Logical, yeah. Yeah.
వెళ్ళిపోదుగా బండి సరే ఎక్కడ ఉన్నారా మా ఫ్రెండ్స్ వచ్చారా హలో పిల్లలు ఎక్కడ ఉన్నారు చెప్పు కటింగ్ కేక్ కటింగ్ సాయంత్రం అంటే బాగా వస్తున్నాను చెప్పు అక్కకి కేక్ సాయంత్రం చేసాక వద్దాం అన్నాడు బావా సాయంత్రం వస్తానంట 4 అని చెప్పు నాకు ఫోన్ చేశాడు బావా తీసుకొస్తున్నా ఉన్నా వచ్చేస్తున్నా రా మా ఫ్రెండ్స్ వస్తారు కానీ
బాబాయ్ చెప్పు బాబాయ్.
మా ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఇద్దరు వస్తారు, రాజేంద్ర అని దుర్గారావు వస్తారు.
బాబాయ్
రా
Hello. So who is the attendance in charge? Okay, please make a call, Mr. Durgara, 4:30. He is not listening the class. He is outside the class. He is on the road. The student behave like that. You can justify yourself whether you are doing right or wrong. So many people are doing like that. But you are complaining that teachers are completing the syllabus very fast. All of you hear the same voice. He is on the bike. Mr. Durgarao, number 430.
సార్ బై మిస్టేక్ అవునాయింది సార్, చూసుకోలేదు.
You are on a bike, Nana. Why you are doing like that?
సారీ సార్.
So why sorry? You are doing yourself wrong. You can justify yourself. Are you doing the right thing or not? So don't do the multiple things while the class is running. Even if you are a good student, then don't do like that. So not only I am hearing, the total class is hearing that what you are doing. Okay?
ఓకే సార్.
Right. Now I want to stop this session. Tomorrow I want to discuss about the loops. Okay? Right. All of you leave.
అడినా